Hi everybody. So it's been a minute since I made a video, and honestly my life's been pretty crazy here recently in my hotel life, you know. I decided I was going to make a series of informative videos about moving to Germany if you're, you know, associated with the military. So we've been here for about a month. It's been a pretty crazy, mostly stressful month. So I thought I really want to make some type of a video or some type of source that someone could use that was in our shoes and arriving here, because a lot of this stuff has been extremely frustrating and extremely difficult adapting and adjusting to all of these changes and just trying to get settled in Germany. This is supposed to be fun, but these tips are going to help you when you're stressed out. I'm going to make several of these, but this is number one, or eins. So, first things first, before the move. So, you just got orders to Germany, or in my case, it was Stuttgart. So, if you're watching this and you're going to Stuttgart, this is really going to apply to you. Congratulations, Germany is amazing. When we got orders, we were so excited. We had always wanted to visit Germany. It was on our bucket list when we got married, and now we're living here, so we were very excited. If you're not excited, get excited. It is really awesome here, trust me. I have a list of things, I'm just going to go off of it. So before the move, the first thing you want to do as soon as you get orders, or your husband, spouse, whoever gets orders, you want to start on medical paperwork and vet paperwork for pets if you have them. Really, the whole medical thing is just, it can be really simple or it can be really complex. For us, it was very complex because I had to have some dental work done. I had to have my wisdom teeth removed. Not saying that everyone has to have this done. Don't freak out yet. But I had to because mine were impacted or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, I had to get mine taken out, so it took several months because the place that I went through for dental, they were trying to get as much money as they could, basically. So they just kept like rescheduling appointments instead of doing everything at once. Another frustrating thing. But get started on that medical paperwork as soon as possible, because the sooner that you get approved medically to go, the sooner that you can start getting the rest of the things rolling. Number two, purge your house. So this is a big thing, because if you are moving from America, especially if you're moving on from being on base, like we had a large 4-bedroom, 2-story house, a lot of storage space. We had a lot of stuff. We accumulated a lot. So go ahead, as soon as those orders hit, go ahead and start going through all of your stuff. Do the whole little Chinese thing where you pick it up if it doesn't make you happy, or hold 2 things in your hand if they don't make you happy. I don't know how it works. Just get rid of your stuff as much as you can. If you absolutely do not need it, get rid of it. You are given temporary storage while you are over here. The temporary storage is in the States, so you can keep some stuff, but honestly, don't just hoard stuff. If you can get rid of it, get rid of it. Trust me, it is very, very therapeutic, or it was for me at least. And also keep in mind that each shipment, including storage, has a weight limit, especially for your household goods. Everything that you are shipping here, the big shipment is called your HHG shipment. I'm sure you're going to hear that a lot very soon. It all has a weight limit, so keep that in mind when you're getting rid of stuff, like what's going in storage and what's going to Germany. Also keep in mind the voltage difference in appliances. That means you need to check to see if your appliances, hair tools, laptops, all that good stuff, if their chargers are dual voltage. If not, take that into consideration with what you're bringing. You can get adapters, but my thing is, my straightener, thank goodness, was dual voltage, so that's working out nice with the adapter. My curling wand, which I love, unfortunately is not, so I had to get a new curling wand. So go ahead and check all of your appliances and make sure that they're going to work in Germany. Number 3, shipping a vehicle overseas. So you are able to ship 1 vehicle overseas. So you and your spouse need to get together and decide which one is going. If your vehicle's already paid off, just ship the one that's paid off, because it just makes it a lot easier, you don't have a car payment, just go ahead and keep it. Go ahead and start getting the paperwork in place for that. Like, for example, if there's a loan on your vehicle, you need a letter of authorization from your bank stating that you can take that vehicle overseas. It doesn't take a long time, just go ahead and get all that paperwork in place. You can check the VPC website or Vehicle Processing Center for full details on paperwork required and what they expect as far as cleanliness and maintenance requirements. Like, for instance, obviously you can't have rust holes that they can see through. No. When you turn in your vehicle, I'll go ahead and tell you this, you really need to clean that thing out. They look for everything. We took mine through an automatic car wash, had the wax stuff done. It didn't get all the wax stuff off, and they made my husband drive down the street to the car wash and get it off. Like, that's how clean they want it. They even want the engine compartment cleaned out. Everything has to be clean. Number 4, your sponsor. Okay, so this is probably one of the first things you want to do. You want your spouse to get in contact with his new command that he's going to be going to and go ahead and set up a sponsor. A sponsor is going to be your lifesaver if you are lucky. I know of some people who they got sponsors, but they didn't even hear from their sponsors until they first arrived here, and then once they arrived here, their sponsor did the bare minimum, and then that was it. They were on their own. Yes, there are horror stories like that, but for us, we were blessed with a very, very awesome sponsor. He was very helpful all throughout the process while we were in the States. We got here and his wife had put together a laundry basket full of snacks, food, toys for our kids, even a mini Christmas tree because we got here right before Christmas. So it was phenomenal. Also, when we first got here, we had to go get our military ID cards, like, programmed for this base. And I just wanted to sleep because obviously I've been traveling for 16 hours and I needed sleep. But he was like, no, you're gonna want to get this done. Anyways, make sure your spouse gets a sponsor. Number 5, make a PCS binder. Unfortunately, I do not have my PCS binder with me today because my husband took it to work, but that right there should tell you why you need to make a PCS binder. I will link down below in the description box a link to my video going over my PCS binder and everything that I put in it. So go check that out. It's really awesome. It keeps everything organized for this move. You're going to have a lot of papers. So I would recommend getting a large binder with a handle on it. Pay the $15. Trust me, you're going to need it. We kept our passports in there, all of our important paperwork like our marriage certificate, birth certificates, all that good stuff. All of the claims forms, all of the inventory checklists from the movers, everything went in that binder, and it has been a lifesaver because we know exactly where everything is and everything is coordinated into dividers. I will say, after we got here, I didn't really have the room or the tabs for the appropriate paperwork that we were getting here, so I went and bought an expandable file folder and just filed things away there, like bus routes, resources here that we have like ACS, USO, all that good stuff. So just keep in mind that you might have to upgrade to a different filing system once you get here. Number 6, make a list of everything you want in your express shipment, your HHG shipment, and your storage shipment. Going back to the whole storage thing and getting rid of things. Just keep in mind, you know, the whole dual voltage thing. If you want to risk your appliances getting messed up here if they're not dual voltage, just keep that in mind is all I'm saying. Like, don't show up and plug in your toaster and realize, crap, I just ruined my toaster. So make a list of everything that you want. Keep in mind also that Germany's houses are not that big. I know for Stuttgart, you are required on this base, post, whatever, you are required to live in post housing if it is available within 60 days. If not, then you are given a CNA or certificate of non-availability, and you get to live off post or out in the economy. So that was our thing. We got here, they're doing major renovations on a lot of housing areas. Even people who have already been in housing are having to relocate, so we pretty much automatically got a CNA. So we are living off post. And if you are one of the lucky people that gets a CNA and you are looking at houses off post, try to find one with a basement and there's like plenty of storage in the basement, because like I said, even post housing is built small. There's not a lot of room. You don't have closets, you have wardrobes. You do, I know in in on-post housing, you do get like a little storage locker area in the basement. It's not that big. So make sure that you keep that in mind, because getting a storage unit out in town is not as cheap as in the States, and it actually is pretty expensive. So all of that being said, remember that when you're going through the stuff that you need to get rid of and the stuff that you're going to ship, because you want to make sure that you have enough room in the house, or else you're either going to have to hopefully find storage while you're here, or you're going to have to get rid of it once you get here, and that would be a bummer. So let's go over each shipment. UB, or unaccompanied baggage, is your express shipment. Usually that one goes first, and you can send that several months in advance. It doesn't matter. We sent ours maybe 3 weeks before we left, and that was only because of all of the trouble that we had with medical and all that stuff. Like I said, going back to number one, get that medical paperwork done fast. Just saying. We send ours a little bit later, but you can send it early and then it'll be here once you are here. Again, going back to the vehicle, if you want your vehicle here when you get here, make sure that you ship it early, like 3 months early, in order for it to get here in time before you do. Because while the transportation here, it's awesome, it's nice to have your own vehicle. Express shipment, unless you have the room for all the stuff that you send in it. Household goods, or HHG, is pretty much your whole house. Everything else in your house goes into household goods. You usually want to ship that probably right before you leave, like a week or 2 weeks before you go. And then storage, pretty self-explanatory. It goes into storage somewhere in the States, and then when you get back to the States, you let them know where you want it taken to, and they bring it. Number 7, start learning the country's language and all about their culture. So that was a huge thing for me. We bought Rosetta Stone back in 2014. So, for German, by the way. I guess I should have said that. So we kind of had an idea of the language, especially my husband. He is pretty fluent in German. But we already knew a little bit more. So I dove into, you know, restaurant etiquette, how you ask for stuff, the things that you don't want to say to Germans, things like that, just so I would respect them in their country. This is our country. I'm here. I'm pretty much a foreigner, even though I am part German. You know, I'm here and I want to learn as much as I can and talk to them in their own language and show them that I am very willing to learn all about their culture and their language. Number 8. So this is the big one that you want to do first. Passports. So to plan for your passports, both government and travel. Government is going to get you into Germany, and then travel is going to get you, when you're in Germany, to all the other countries surrounding us, like Italy, Paris, you know, all that good stuff. All the stuff that you want to go see once you get here. So apply for those passports. Make sure your driver's license will not expire while you are in Germany. Look at your orders, see how long they're supposed to be for, and then look at your driver's license expiration date and make sure it's not going to expire while you're here, because it can be a pain in the butt to get your driver's license reinstated while you're in another country, believe it or not. Also, they will not give you your international driver's license or your German driver's license if something is wrong with your American driver's license. So get that all straightened out while you have plenty of time, if you can. I know some people get orders at the last minute, like literally right before they're supposed to report into their new duty station. So just make sure you're good to go on that. Also, you can now take the German driver's test online within 60 days of you arriving in Germany, which is awesome. So you don't have to sit in the classroom for 4 hours and learn everything and then take the test afterwards. You can actually do it from the comfort of your home, and I highly encourage you to do so, and here's why. So the hotel internet here is pretty sucky. It takes me pretty much a full day to upload a YouTube video, so that's just saying how slow it is. It's a 100 question test. You're also going to have to take practice tests and study and everything. So just do yourself the favor, and while you are in America and have good internet, take the time to study, learn about German driving laws, and take the test there. That way when you get here, you can automatically pick up your driver's license and then get your vehicle if you shipped it soon enough. And the last thing I want to talk about is childcare. So say you have kids, you're moving here, there is going to be a lot of classes Now, this is for Stuttgart. I don't know if any of the other posts in Europe or Germany are like this. I'm sure they are because it's Army. A lot of them are Army. Anyways, my husband has to take 2 weeks of in-processing classes, or he had to. And a lot of those classes, they encourage spouses to take with them because they're very beneficial. Some of them my husband really didn't even need to take because they were about the USO, which he knows what the USO is. He's been in for like 10 years. But I mean, there are new spouses who like literally just got married, moving to a new country, and they can't go to these courses because these courses and classes and briefs do not offer childcare. So all of that being said, you need to get your kids' physicals done literally right before you leave the States, and take that hard copy medical paperwork with you in your backpack here so you can go ahead and enroll them in CYS, or Child, Youth, and School Services, as soon as possible. That way they're going to be already registered, so anytime you need childcare, boom, you can get them in if they're available. You also get, I believe it's 12 to 15 hours of childcare for these classes. The thing is, no one told me about that. So there was like a miscommunication there somewhere. There was a break in communication. I don't know. Basically, we did not know about it, and then my friends who did know about it, they went and there wasn't enough space for their kids. So all of this being said, you show up here and there's no childcare, and you're encouraged to go to these classes and these tours and these briefs, and you can't do it because they don't allow children there. So get your medical paperwork done for your kids. Get their physicals done literally right before you leave, and then take them with you and get them registered literally as soon as you get here in CYS, so they can go to childcare and you can go with your husband and learn all about your new home. Trust me, it's going to be a lifesaver. If you guys have any questions or have any more tips or any future tips for moving to Germany, please drop them in the comments below. Like I said, I have a few more videos coming up as far as right before you leave the country, once you get to Germany, just all kinds of little tidbits to help you with your overseas PCS, because trust me, I know it's stressful. I know you're probably freaking out right about now, but it's going to be okay. I am the most anxious ridden person ever, and I'm doing it, but I'm doing this video for you guys, so it'll help you out. Anyways, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and if it helped you at all, and I hope to see you soon. Bye guys. Now I will say, you need to get your child's physicals done